Order, 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 order. Order in the court. Order in the court. You may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome today to court number, docu number, Warlow is a rat. Today we have the defendant, TyDeBo, versus the plaintiff, NBA 2K25 MYTEAM. Now, I have to be honest with y'all. When this came across my desk, usually I'm not looking at stuff like this. There's a lot bigger issue going on in MYTEAM. The MT buying, the MT selling, the MT's out on the streets. And we gotta crack down on it. Why we're wasting our time on this is beyond me. But 2K wanted to push the issue, and that's fine. So, if you don't know, TyDeBo recently got banned. Some say he was asking people to quit in King of the Court. I don't have the evidence. I'm lying. I do have the evidence. I can't stick up for you, Ty. I'm trying, but they got you. They got you. I'm not gonna hold you. They got you. Some say it was bribery, and I think that's where the issue is. I think that's where MYTEAM has its issue, is that Ty was trying to bribe co-conspirator number one. Nah, that's not a co-conspirator. What that is? Victim. Victim number one. All right. Nah, but he's not a victim. Ty ain't do nothing to him. We're just gonna call him a victim for now. Victim A. He chose not to be named in this case. TyDeBo was offering Victim A some VC to quit so he could get another game in for King of the Court. From my understanding, as Judge Ant Live, that's fine. I don't see no problem with that. We ask people to quit all the time. Let me not indict myself. People ask people to quit all the time. I think where the issue is with the VC. Again, I feel there's bigger problems. I would have looked past this, but ladies and gentlemen, we have a star witness in this case. And when I mean star witness, oh my goodness. The witness for this one, he took the stand. Let me tell y'all, he took the stand. This rat is bigger than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rat. Master Splinter, I believe his buddy's name. He's bigger than that one. Tekashi 6ix9ine, bigger than that one. I mean, this young gentleman solved the FBI's top 10 most wanted. The way he took this stand, I've never seen information like it before in my life. I mean, video evidence, screenshots, videos himself. It's phenomenal. I've never seen somebody come in second place in King of the Court and finesse their way to number one. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta name the witness because we're on trial. This is trial. And if you don't know trial, you gotta take the stand. Your name gets exposed, all right? You almost, you know what I'm saying, slid through the cracks, stayed hidden. But you're ratted. You're ratted. There's no other way to put it. But as a judge, I can't be biased. Warlow. Where do we even start with you? First of all, now that I'm thinking about it, it's funny that the year you won 250K, everybody got banned. And now looking at this whole situation, it's just, things are funny, man. Things are funny. Again, as a judge, I can't be biased, but I think it had something to do with that. Now, the court of law appreciates you. You're doing the right thing by law. I'm a judge from the hood, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't respect that, Carlo. We don't condone that. What are you doing, partner? Like, you're good enough to win King of the Court, but this isn't about that. This is about Ty versus NBA 2K25 and Warlow. I think we got to take that W out his name for now. But Carlo, man, so let's spin back. Let's start from the beginning. Now, I will have both their channels linked in the description down below. You could go back, do your research, look at all their videos explaining what happened, but this is just from what I know. This is what came across my desk as a judge. I only get certain information from the defendants and the plaintiffs, okay? Now, Ty couldn't make it to court today. He was scared. He's already dealing with a rat. He's getting threats. Ty is, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to deal with it. I don't blame him. He don't want to come to court. Carlo, we're gonna have to put in witness protection. I never seen nothing like it. It's actually crazy. Let's start from the beginning. Carlo recently lost King of the Court because the number one guy was asking people to quit, or however it went about. Again, I don't want no misinformation. I only got my details here. But Carlo threw a whole fit about it, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to win. You want to win fair and square. So Carlo pushed the issue, and that was the first thing that came across our desk. Okay, we let it slide, Carlo. We got you. We're gonna give you the win. You presented the court of law with enough evidence for us to be like, I bet we're gonna navigate you this dub because buddy who won might have been moving a little funny. But I think with that, it transpired a whole bigger issue of everybody in the community doing such things. But now it goes back to what I said. I don't think the issue is asking people to quit, because people could easily be like, no. For example, if I go to rob somebody and I'm like, yo, give me all your stuff, and they're like, no, and they go their way and I go my way, they don't call the cops, they don't do nothing, I don't get charged with robbery. But if I body slam them, DDT them, chokeslam them, then Batista bomb them, and then take their MT or VC, that's robbery. You know what I'm saying? You see the difference? Like, if you ask somebody to quit, they could just be like, no. If you ask somebody to quit and they're like, no, and then you like, yo, I'll cop you some VC, that's where the bribery charges come in. Feel what I'm saying, Ty? Again, I think they OD'd on you, but I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm just trying to call a spade, as Judge Ant Live. That being said, I'm not going to say Carlo started all of this because, again, there was definitely some talk about it beforehand, but let's not get too off track. One of the homies was mentioned recently. This is one of my lawyers in this court, you know? Me, him, and another white dude from St. Louis. We actually have it's like a Law and Order type show, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should go check it out. Carlo brought up That Gamer Dad in one of his videos. I don't know who That Gamer Dad is. So first for me, if any of y'all know who that is, please let me know. But he brought him up and then said, is he a snitch? Because he mentioned the King of the Court situation in his video and then showed the screenshots of people asking people to quit for Ty because they didn't want to see Splash win. Listen, I get the angle Carlo was trying to go at, but how do you snitch on somebody for being a snitch? How does that work? That's a first. I never seen somebody snitch on a snitch. That is beyond belief. Now, again, I don't know who That Gamer Dad is. If any of y'all could get me in touch with him, I'd love to talk to him about the situation. But I really do think Carlo went down a rabbit hole that he cannot get himself out of. I think there's no escaping this. I think that a lot of the community is putting blame on Carlo, and this is me being serious now. I'm not trolling anyone. I think that a lot of people are blaming Carlo for the whole King of the Court issues and asking people to quit, or it coming out that people were asking people to quit. But again, unless you were living under a rock, everybody knew that. But I feel like since the Carlo situation happened and he kind of put it in the spotlight for real and went from that second place to actually winning, I think that's where people were like, okay, we know who to look at now. So with all that being said, Ty, unfortunately, you were found guilty originally. We're gonna find you guilty again, and that's only because we can't go back and change that. They got you, gang. They got you. They got you. They got everything, bro. They videos, voice messages, screenshot, you name it. They got it. Even though you didn't even ask the people to go and do that, to message the people to quit, they were bringing that up. You don't got nothing to do with that. You can't control that. You're not asking them to do that, at least from what we know. And in this court, it's about what you could prove. So until that's proven, you ain't do it. Splash done flew to Italy. He don't want nothing to do with the case. He took the smart way. He took off. You know what I mean? You're not seeing him. He's not no witness. He's not going to testify. He don't want his name brought up in here. Splash is up out of here. He did the right thing. Carlo, as for Carlo, I mean, I get how he's feeling defensive because it feels like the whole community is against him. I think for now, we're going to put the trial on pause and we're going to come back to it once we agree upon a verdict. Now, in the comment section, let me know. Is Ty guilty? Not guilty? And what do we do with Carlo? Obviously, he got to go on witness protection. But what do we do outside of that? Do he get any charges for this? What are we doing here? With that being said, court's dismissed.